Yeah, I got scammed, meaty boy. A lot of people might wonder, why are you doing that to such a nice BMW M3? But you guys deserve the truth. I'm pretty much gonna glue the tires on. So to make 1400 horsepower, I'm not gonna do a stock engine. So what do? A year ago, almost today, I bought a spare G80 M3 engine. It's in these cardboard boxes. Before we rip this motor out, since we have a lot of mock-up left that we have to do, we're gonna start with taking a look at what I bought from a company called Weber on eBay. Jesus. Oh, I hope it's all good. It's just in a box. What a good sign when the motor has hearts on every single cylinder. I was told this motor had 200 kilometers on it. It looks super clean. I'm gonna hope it has 200 kilometers because that's what I paid for. But front bumper's off because we're trying to see how big of an intercooler we can fit in this opening. Doesn't look too big, but we're gonna probably take out the heat exchanger because I'm gonna go air to air on the intercooler. I did the same thing on my F80 M3. It worked amazing. Instead of doing all the OEM style upgrades. In-him manifold's gonna come off. So many cool lines, so much going on. They were also gonna cut these manifolds for the turbos and then clock them a little bit differently to give me a little bit more clearance to the coil pack. I don't know how to show this, but it is ridiculously tight. And we're gonna have to make this a little bit better for heat management reasons. On the in-him manifold, we're removing it for two reasons. This is what happens when you run too much boost on stock one. I blew this up like probably 2 years ago. The other reason why is simplicity of air-to-air intercooler for right now. Yeah, I got scammed. This is my 4,000 mile engine. Spotless. This is a 253 kilometer, aka like 200 mile engine. Maybe from shipping is dirty, I don't know. Probably not. I bought Anki wheels for my G80 because they're ridiculously light. I run them on my yellow M240 also because they're ridiculously light. The problem is my M240, I crash all the time and I break them and damage them. On this car, I don't hope to do that, so I'm not really scared about how thin everything is. I bought 18-inch wheels for the front with the Mickey Thompson. I bought 17s for the rear. I have a small brake conversion for the rear, but seems like this is not gonna fit exactly as we had planned. It seems like it hits everywhere. So now we're just test fitting these ESRs instead that I have for my F80 M3 drift car. See how they clear. Speaking about my F80 M3, this is my drift F80 M3. I've owned this car for 2 years. I've drifted it all across the country. I've sort of fallen in love with it. And while I'm gonna regret this decision probably, I'm doing a giveaway on the car, and this is the car that I have chosen. Someone's gonna win this car. You can get entered on RKTUNES.us. Buy a t-shirt, buy a hoodie, buy something. You'll get entered to win this fully modded F80 M3 that is also driftable if you want to. If you don't want to go drift it, you don't have to. I've driven it 12,000 miles in the time I've owned it. California, Arizona, back, no problem. So go get entered. Back to G80 things. These Ankis have a little bit of a lip on the barrel, which makes it a little bit tighter to fit. I have to see if I buy a small brake kit for the front also to make the front clear. Might be the solution, not sure yet. If you're wondering why we're fitting up massive wheels, because more diameter equals faster mile power, same gear. Stick gear tires come with smaller and smaller wheels, so you have a little more cushion, and it seems to help a little bit more with grip, and the tire can sort of float a little bit more. Also, like this gap right here, compared to a larger gap here. F80 has the same thing. We had to move a lot of arms around to get it even. We might do the same on this probably. The front on the other hand sort of hits everything. Here it's gonna be tight. There it's gonna be tight. Just chop that maybe. My fitment guesses were on point because the fender clearance is fire, but meaty boy. It looks crazy. So now this with the 17 in the rear, smaller wheel, bigger tire, it's gonna look cool. To get rid of all the OEM piping couplers for the OEM turbo stuff, and then also we're not using all the factory air to water stuff. So we're removing all of that. So the bumper's off, the grills are out. We're getting it ready to fit up a large air to air intercooler and then redo all the charge pipes. Gonna rotate the turbos, I think a little bit differently, have manifolds modified to fit and clear a little bit better. So this car looks really, really incomplete. We're taking a ton of weight off the car. A lot of people might wonder, why are you doing that to such a nice, beautiful BMW M3? I wanna do what everyone else is not willing to do to go as fast as possible. You wanna be the fastest guy with stock interior, blue paint, cool, until it's not. I want to be the fastest hands down. Like there's no playing games. Everything in my F80 M3 that went 9.1 that I didn't do, I'm going to now do to this car. So the extra 20 pounds here and 20 pounds there are all going to add up to a few hundred pounds removed out of this car. There's a reason why I'm going to be the fastest. You're probably soft if you're complaining. This is all of bracing for my G80 M3 we pulled up so far. Part of me wanted to just say nothing about weight. I wasn't going to say I wasn't making it lighter. I was going to do it, just not talk about it. But you guys deserve the truth. I'm all about the truth. Like when I say everyone's getting fucking gapped, everyone's getting fucking gap. Same way I'm gonna say I'm taking some weight out. If you guys haven't realized, I try to show you little shop things while I do the G80 build so you guys have more things to see of what I do or don't do. I have this A90 Supra. We got this car brand new. We built the motor. Pure Drivetrain Solutions built the transmission. It made 850 wheels so far, a 2-port head, 6870, a Boost Logic turbo kit. We're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna redyno it. Should make it the same 850 wheel. Oh, for the super guys out here, it's a launch edition too. I guess that's special. For all my M550 people, we finally have 2018-19 M550 intakes. They're not available yet. They'll be on the website as soon as they're in stock. We're doing install video and stuff. They are here, they are done. These belt wheels are not for the Wild GT build, they're actually for that same Supra. Not the stock wheel, but RPF ones. Why did I buy RPF ones? Because they're like hands down the lightest and most affordable wheel money can buy. They're like $300 a wheel and they weigh like nothing. I know people say you need beadlocks to make a bunch of power and all this. I'm pretty much gonna glue the tires on. It's gonna be cleaned really good and applied a adhesive so the tires should not be able to spin. It's gonna save weight compared to those bell locks. We're doing an air-to-air manifold. How are we doing that? Wagner Tuning hooked us up with an air-to-air intake manifold. And it's actually for A90 Supra. They actually even scan images of showing me the fitment on it to make sure it's gonna clear everything. You don't need no instructions. Yep, put a fuel rail, everything. And the main difference between a A90 Supra, B58, and S58 bolt patterns, 2 holes are different. So Wagner actually went out of their way and drilled the 2 holes to make it fit. Rip me out the plastic, I'm feeling brand new, I think. I guess they drilled new holes. It doesn't look like it, but maybe they just had one that wasn't drilled yet. They said like these 2 holes. Everybody's about weight, and I'm a little chubby right now. Maybe I'll drop power too, probably not. Very close. But normally when people upgrade those, they go to intake manifolds that are like probably double the weight because that's half plastic. We're gonna put a big fat front mount on the car though, so it's gonna gain some weight back. But they did mention there's actually oil filter housing a little bit. I am aware of that. I'm gonna see if I can grind down, modify it. So this is like up in the middle and 2 are down, and this is up, and these 2 gotta go down. So we'll do that. The next thing on this car is I'm waiting on from my intercooler to get all the charge pipes and piping mocked up. We're gonna tweak the turbo mounting a little bit. That's why these are all loose. It was a hair close to the coil backs before, which I really did not like. Obviously we dyno, we made a bunch of power. It does work, but I need this car to not just work, but like fly. Fucking fly. We got a bunch more in store. We're gonna get this car done as fast as possible to make all the jam.